Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here representing Jason Blaha Strength and Fitness, and once again it is time for a full body workout. But a quick reminder, if you guys will please click like down below, it'd be greatly appreciated. If you're not subscribed or following, please do so, and if you'll be kind enough to drop me a comment down below, I'd appreciate it so much. Thank you. I did do a warm-up rep on here, my last warm-up before 405. So what I'm doing here, obviously I've been stronger on squats in the past, but I've been working on running. I've cut quite a bit. I was obviously squatting 500 back in January, but kind of what I'm doing now, working with like just 405. And so what I did today, I've been doing pause work with it and stuff, and now I'm like, let's go ahead and just try to start doing a little bit of work sets. And so I went ahead and put 405 on, kind of finding what works, because I've been rebuilding, my shoulder, my overhead press and everything. So I'm also trying to find grips that are really, really easy on my shoulders, and I really need to build my upper back up. So I find the wide grip like this is super easy on my shoulders, but I do need to build my upper back. So again, I've started adding rows back in. The set wasn't bad. The first rep felt like it might have been a hair high. People though, when I do the side views, are always shocked. Like, so when I do squatting and then I show the same sets or whatever, sometimes from the side, people are like, wow, you look way deeper than you look from the front. Like, I know. So, but I got 3 reps there with 405, and I kind of want to build with that a little bit. So again, I'm enjoying kind of doing those top sets on my big 3, kind of with my baseline numbers that, like, I always consider we need to be able to always do these weights for 1 rep no matter what's going on. So again, the benching, and again, I'm benching still pretty much flat back, all of it raw, no belt, no wrist wraps. I got a pretty good triple here with 315. Notice I'm not doing a huge amount of volume on my big 3. I'm just not. Even today, I only did 2 sets of bench, but I'm doing all these 3 times a week. And again, these are my main strength movements, but I'm also filling everything else in with all the other supplemental work. And I'm going to make a big push for a lot of my back and stuff again. And you guys know that I'm not doing any real, I did some band curls, like hammer grip, but I'm avoiding all supine position stuff. I'm letting that bicep heal, realize all the supine work I did, all the curls I did, really seems to be what caused some of the shoulder issues that limited my overhead ability. And overhead pressing is just a big priority for me. And my arms didn't even get any bigger from all the curls, all those years of it. They were bigger when I just did pull-ups. And rows. So again, you guys will see me focusing on those again. But with the benching here, I did that. I did 315 for 3, and then we got 275 for 6. Now, I've been doing for back off work like sets of 5, but today I only did the 1 set. I'm like, let's see if we can push it pretty far. We got 6, so that's coming along. Disclaimer though, I did do some band press downs this weekend. I feel like I could still use a little bit of band work just on some of the off days and after workouts, just to get some band work in. I do feel like it wouldn't be bad even for my triceps. Right, it wouldn't be bad, so I am doing some of it. The deadlift, I went back to the stiff bar. Some of this, I'm like, look, I don't want to use all the different bars. I like setting this bar in, right? It's just easier to load on this platform. I don't have to deal with the longer deadlift bar. It can be annoying to take the plates on and off. Yes, it's a little harder with the stiff bar, with the power bar, but it's easier for me to load and unload the plates, so it balances out. So again, I got a good triple with 500. All right, so with the overhead pressing, I decided to go a hair wider on the grip. Right? We're getting close to being able to locking it out. I feel like I'm super close now, and I'm going as hard as I can. Some of them I'm pausing at the top. So that set felt pretty good. I'm like, wow, 95 felt good. Let's start adding weight. So I went up, 10 pounds. I put a 5 on each side. I got 6 again, and then I put a 10 on each side. So we got up to 115 for 6. I know that's really, really weak, but keeping in mind I haven't been able to overhead. I haven't been able to lock anything out. So, and I'm liking the little bit of the wider grip here, right? It has its own nice solid feel to it, and I feel like my shoulders are able to open up a little more with that, so I'm just going to work with it. And yeah, I am laying back a little bit. It's still kind of, in a way, similar to an incline. But again, it's feeling pretty good, and that's the main thing I'm looking for, right? I want it to all feel good. So again, I'm almost pinkies on the rings here. But again, I'm able to get pretty close to a lockout. No, it's not perfect, but we're improving. And I think as long as we are very careful of not doing any supine stuff and basically avoiding curls, I feel like a set of hammer band curls here or there is not going to affect me. So what we really need is just that long head of the bicep to just not be inflamed anymore, and to see if that allows all that to open up. And it feels like it is. So I feel like I'm kind of right with my ridiculous amount of research and assessment. So I did axle bar rows last time, and today I did just normal pin leg rows. I'd adjust the belt there. Like, let's go heavy on these. As much as I like the axle bar, it's good for grip. Just doing heavy pin leg rows is good for grip, right? So if we deadlift with the stiff bar, we do this, we do pull-ups, I think we're in a good place. So I ended up doing 3 sets of these, and I only did 2 sets of pull-ups. I thought I did 3, but apparently my footage says that I didn't. Right? My footage is telling me, no, you didn't do 3. So, okay. We'll live with that. Maybe next time I'll do 3. But this is 5 sets of rowing plus the deadlift. That's a lot of back volume. But I did sets of 6 with 245 on my barbell rows. We'll just call them barbell rows. I hate the word pin leg row. But that's how people know it as. But it's barbell row. Old school barbell row is off the floor. These build my deadlift. They build my upper back really well. And I do want to strengthen that up because I feel like it'll help with that shoulder range of motion. It'll help stabilize everything. It'll help with my squatting and stuff again. I just feel like I've neglected rows, and I do feel like it's an important movement for me. As much as I love pull-ups, I think just for lat width and everything, I do need those in there. So I did 3 sets of those, and we did the neutral grip pull-ups again. I know I did overhand last time. I feel like I can get away with the neutral for now. Plus, I'm just stronger on them. So I decided to do is I rotate through the different pull-ups all the time. People will probably be like, you need to just pick one. I like pull-ups. I do all sorts of grips. I use every single grip on pull-ups. Wide grip, closer grip, different multi-grips. I just like pull-ups. And you know what? I feel like they've worked wonders for my lats anyways. Main thing is getting the dead hang at the bottom. But I do feel like the neutral grip, I feel a hair stronger on right now. So I do like doing it. And it is just a little bit of bicep. And that's probably all that I need at this point. I can just focus on triceps with band work. So did that. Plenty of back work today because I do feel like bringing all that up will still help with all the bicep work I need. My biceps were at their biggest when that's all I did. Then I did this set of hammer curls, right? Sorry guys, I got some messages popping up that I'm reading, important ones. So again, I just wanted to get a little bit of blood flow there just to make sure those tendons are healthy with all the pulling. So I don't think it's a bad thing to do here or there. And I just left the band work off. I did do a set of band press downs. I ended up not putting them in here. But I've been doing them on the off days. And yeah, I'll just freely admit I have started doing those again. And it didn't hurt my benching, and I went pretty hard on them. I just have to get used to them. I do feel like that's one of the things I will still benefit from. Is going to be some band work there, especially just for the bench carryover, the elbow protection. I like band work. Sorry guys, I'm rambling. Let me get over to the box. We did 10 sets of boxes today. I don't know why I'm so rambling in this vlog. I'm normally not like this. But we did 10 triples on the box jumps. So again, these help with our squatting. They help with our explosiveness. So this is important even for my run speeds. They're important for my squats. Because keep in mind, for those who aren't following the running, I am running 3 days a week. I was doing more, and I've scaled it back. And I just want to hit a really solid 5K 3 days a week, my 3 non-lifting days. And we do lifts on the bike every day. All right, we do lifts on the bike every day. But the box work will carry over to my squatting. It'll carry over to run speed, right? Just like the sled work will do this too. So I do these. I ended up doing 10 sets. I've done 10 sets quite a bit lately. I'd started with 3 and worked it up. So again, the idea here, developing explosiveness. And yes, it will build quads. I do feel like we get quad development from jumping, calf development, those things, just like we do from the sled. So we would look at this and people would say, well, you only do 1 real set of squats. You're only doing 1 set of deadlifts. But we do jumping and sled work. So we're still getting a decent amount of volume there. So it's really just chasing performance on the top set on the squat and the deadlift. Either have done some with heavy singles, or we'll do, lower rep top end sets like that. All right. And so again, that is enough volume. That's still 3 sets of those a week. They're pretty dang hard sets. But then we're bridging the gap with all the box work and the sled work and everything. So all this explosive training, all the GPP, which is not huge amounts of it. It's there, but it's not huge amounts. We're bridging the gap, but we also don't have any jump volume with any of it, because that's the other thing. I'm trying to focus on running also. So we're trying to get strong, trying to continue to get leaner, get strong, be lean, be athletic, be able to run. So just well-rounded fitness. And then I finish up with a round of sled drags. I mean, you guys know the procedure, what I'm doing now with those. I like to do them at the end. And again, we're getting all that squat carryover. We've got, again, all this jump work. So we've attenuated all those motor units. So then I want to go ahead and get that burn in there and that little bit of metabolic fatigue and still some additional, training that's still going to help with the strength by sprinting. So what I do, we get to the sled, I push it down and fairly briskly on the way down, and then on the trip back, I sprint it. I run with it, and as I start getting towards the end, I try to run as fast as I can. So this is just a nice brisk pace. And then on the way back, I sprint with it. So for people who are like, why aren't you loading it really heavy? Because I don't want to wear out those nylon feet. They will grind off. They're replaceable. I'm not trying to wear them out by putting, because of the surface I have to use here on my street. But that sprint back gives me what I want in terms of resistance. Okay, it gives me what I want in terms of resistance. So then we get that nice solid resistance we get, and then we get some actual real conditioning, that does carry over to our running speeds. Also, if I need to drop into a sprint at any point in the run, I am trained for doing that with this. It will carry over. So really happy with today's workout. So I hope it's been informative, and I'll talk to you guys and gals next time.